Welcome back to episode 3, part 2 of So, This is Love?
Viewer discretion is advised. This episode contains a minimum description of physical abuse. And now for the case I really want to dive into, and that's Marvon McCray and his wife, Andrea McCray. They have been going viral through social media the past months, and I want to shed some light on this whole case because it's a really heavy one. It's crazy too. Really crazy one.
Okay.
Marvon goes by Vaughn, and Andrea goes by Dre.
Okay.
So they started doing this whole social media thing from like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all different types of platforms. But their biggest platform is Facebook. All right.
Okay.
They have a huge following. I call myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keep it PG.
So Vaughn's mom didn't really like Andrea or, Dre for Vaughn.
Okay.
She really tried to keep them apart from each other.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Nobody liked her. And his mom really did try to keep their relationship, try to keep them away from each other. But Vaughn wanted to stay with Andrea. I don't know whether, maybe he did love her. I can't really say,
Okay.
But like they got into this relationship. He fell in love with her. I guess she fell in love with him. And they had basically 3 wonderful children together. 1 being his biological child, and 2 not his,
Okay. So they were just
from a
together, or were they like married? Like
they were
got
just
married.
living
Together? Okay.
Well, at the time they were just living together, and then Vaughn's mom expressed that he didn't, want them together or whatever. So Vaughn decided, okay, well, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut not the relationship, but I'm gonna cut relationship with my family.
So they're married.
So they were like,
and then he cut ties with his biological family.
he cut ties with his biological family, and then she gave birth to his kid, and then they got married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know the Bible does speak about, it says that you get off of the breast of your mother and you cling unto your wives, which means that, you prioritize your marital relationship first once you become married. But if he cut ties with the family prior to that, then that just doesn't
Not only his
sound
family,
right.
though. Yeah, but not only his family. It was like his friends, family members, associates, everything. Like
So everybody he ever knew?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And this was before the marriage, you're saying, right? I just want to make sure that I'm getting this correctly.
Yeah, before they got married, before she ended up getting pregnant and all that other stuff.
Oh wow, that doesn't even sound good from the beginning. Like if he would have done it after the marriage, like if he would have been married and then there was issues that went on and stuff like that, and then he decided to no longer interact with the family, it's going to be like, okay, that's suspicious, but 2 excuse me, but 2 it's something, thank you, it's something that is expected to happen because the Bible does say that you prioritize your home life first. So if you're single, it's your mom and stuff like that, but once you get married, it's your wife. But if he did that before she even became a wife, that just doesn't sound healthy,
Right.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It already started all wrong,
Mm-hmm.
So 7 months later, they announced, they are having a baby boy, and then after that, they start, they have this long relationship of 8 years, and they're doing their thing. They're posting on Facebook. They're getting a huge platform. They're making money. They're making money because when you start stuff and you become that up there, you start getting money from all these such social media networks,
Yeah.
So they started doing from cooking to dancing to making videos of of them, doing just crazy, silly things, So they're doing all of that. All of them doing it together as a family. No problem. Okay, so then they start going into she decides that she wants her whole family to start this Alechin diet.
Oh,
it always starts with a diet, right?
I mean, I've heard that that's not even something that's healthy to take.
Yeah. But not only were they doing this whole diet, though, they started using this herb called crontom. I'm probably gonna butcher the name, but it's crontom or something like that. Crontom. It's that
we'll
herb.
go with that. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna name it an herb. So yeah, so apparently that herb is basically illegal in the United States.
Okay.
Like you're not supposed to take it. And she even has herself on video saying, well, the FDA, even though they didn't approve this, I'm still gonna be taking it. Like, and I know sometimes the FDA, be putting
they don't
weird medical
approve
stuff out there.
Yeah.
Like
FDA, they only they give the approval to things that they see is going to be beneficial unto them, in the sense that the pharmacy, they give you a lot of medications like, oh yeah, like you can take this and it helps you with your blood pressure, but you can get colon cancer, it can mess up your ovaries, like you're gonna one of the side effects is bleeding through your butt and all these other extra stuff. You could even go deaf, but the FDA approved it. And then there's things that the FDA does not approve that actually does work and can help you, but because if you're cured from it, you're no longer going to depend on it. Therefore, they don't approve it because the government's not going to make money out of it. Or if not, they do allow certain brands to make certain foods. And, we eat it because we're like, oh my God, like it's approved by the FDA, but it's only approved in America, and all the other continents, it's banned. Like if it's found within those continents, it's illegal. And whoever brings it in gets jail time.
Oh,
but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, like the herb that they, were taking, she had, Vaughn take it, but I don't, from what I gathered, everybody was taking this herb, but he was the only one that got sick. Him and one of his daughters that got sick over taking this herb. So I think that me personally, I feel like maybe she was giving him too much of the herb.
I did hear something like that. I heard like an overview of this particular couple. And it was something in that sense where she would take, let's say, this is just an example, like a teaspoon of this herb that you're talking about.
Okay.
And she would feed him 2 tablespoons, with them being adults.
Okay.
I heard something like that where she was giving him way too much opposed to what she was taking in her own body, whatever she was consuming.
Well, whatever she was giving him or how many amounts that she was giving him, he ended up having seizures because of it.
Wow. Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. Yeah.
But the crazy part is that she recorded it and posted on social media, one of his seizure episodes.
Why would you eat? That's not even something that you put out there.
Right?
Like, definitely, I understand vlogging. There's a lot of families that they're vlogging and they're putting their life out there and they want you to be a part of it. But there's certain things that you just don't put for the public to see. Maybe if she would have notified, the viewers, like, hey, listen, like, Bond just had an episode and that's how come we haven't vlogged for the past couple of days, or like give it an explanation, but not where it's on camera. Those are private things.
Yeah, no, but the reason why she was putting it out there, was because she was also trying to get her followers to follow this whole Alechin diet, consuming her herb thing, Like she was literally trying to get her followers to do the same thing.
You think about, oh my goodness, heck no. If you're putting it out there like, hey, listen, he took this and he, had a seizure, guys, recommend it.
Right? I would not know. Like, no, thank you. Right? Go somewhere with that.
If anything, you're promoting me to, listen to the FDA. Now it's like, maybe the FDA had the right idea of not allowing this.
Yeah, most definitely. But let's get back to this report real quick.
Sorry, yes, let's go.
On May 23rd, 2020, the police report got leaked. And in it said that Vaughn tried to unalive himself or commit suicide.
Wow. You definitely don't commit suicide off of a diet.
Yeah. In the backyard of their home in a shed.
Wow.
Yep. It said that she basically found him and basically cut him down and tried to do CPR while on the phone with the emergency dispatch and everything like that. So they basically walked her through the whole CPR situation. But when they got there, like he was pretty bad and he ended up in a coma.
I mean, I hope that she really did try to do CPR. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I've seen a lot of crime shows where people lie. They'll be like, oh yeah, I'm doing it 1, 2, 3. And then they come to find out that the person never even touched the victim or the one that's unconscious, So I hope that really did go through. And then he ended up in a coma. That's crazy.
Yeah, he ended up in a coma. And then the thing is, like, she went onto social media and was like on some, he's at the hospital. Yeah, like everything. She's been documenting this whole thing. This whole thing. You could find it all over social media if you guys really want to, really deep dive into this whole case, But so she went ahead on social media and she was basically making it seem as though he was in the hospital because of the seizures he was having, because of medical issues. But
also she left out the suicide attempt.
Yeah, she left out the suicide attempt until it got leaked that he tried to commit suicide.
See, that looks suspicious. I mean, that sounds suspect because it's just like, if you're gonna publicize the seizures, if you're putting your whole life out there, why would you hold back this one piece of information if you're publicizing everything else?
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense. Like, you put your whole life out there for everybody to see, and then you want to pick and choose what you want to put out there when something bad happens.
Yeah, and not even because the seizure was something that was bad as well, Yeah. And she had no issues, according to like what you're saying. She had no issues putting it out there. So it's like all of a sudden now we got boundaries. Why?
Yeah. And then like his family didn't even know that he was in the hospital in a coma.
Hell no.
Like his family did not know whatsoever. Like even when one of his family members decided to, found out, they literally drove or flew all the way to where he was, and try to actually see them. And she had the hospital basically throw them out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Even the mother?
The mother wasn't able to see him.
Okay.
Before she even stepped foot, she was banned.
That is no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't care. I think God, I have a healthy relationship with my in-laws. You know what I'm saying? But God forbid something was to happen to my husband. The last thing I'm going to do is tell my mother-in-law that she can't be there. Now, maybe she can't be there while I'm there if we were to, like, God forbid, ever get into, like, a toxic relationship where we cannot be in the same room.
Yeah.
If that was to happen. But I would definitely not ban her. Like, that's her kid.
She put a restraining order on her.
Oh, no. I mean, you know what? If I was the mother-in-law and you didn't tell me about my son, you're going to need a restraining order from me, because when I see you, you're going to understand why you should have told me. In all honesty, like, that's crazy. That's...
And during all this whole episode that the family was trying to basically see him, right? She would literally withhold food from Vaughn. So she wouldn't let the nurses give him food because they were still in this Alcan diet. Like,
get that
yeah, exactly. You're in the hospital. You're in a freaking your brain basically isn't there anymore. You're in a coma. You're like in La La Land, like fogs, everything. You know how they do in movies.
Do you just say a fog or a frog?
Fog. Like, yeah, there's a fog, you're walking in fogs, you don't know where you are, you know? And here's your wife in the hospital, like literally not letting your body get the nutrition it needs to keep on or fighting off what needs to be fought off in order to live, you know?
That is crazy. Like when you go to the hospital, they give you the most stale food ever.
Yeah,
And
but
it's because
healthy,
it's,
you know?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because it's healthy, it's nutritional. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you would go to get the healthy food, and then you're gonna say no because they're on that diet. Like I understand you gotta keep your fitness. I understand you gotta keep to whatever goals it is that you guys have, but come on, you know? That's
And
so
then
deep.
on top of that, she started doing holistic healing, you know? You know what holistic healing is, right? Like
Yeah, but that word type of
holistic.
healing, it's of a healthy thing. So that's not bad. You know, that's when you eat all natural, all organic and things like that.
No, but no. She did spiritual holistic healing, as in she would
Witchcraft?
rub spit on his head, you know, neck and arms to try to make it. You know, it's basically like this voodoo thing that I'm assuming was she was trying to do.
Oh hell no. No,
Yep.
thank you. I'm not interested.
Yep. But everybody that come in contact apparently gets sick around her.
Oh, you see? No. No. Now I understand why the mama was like, nope, I do not condone this relationship.
Right? I wouldn't want my kid. No. Mm-mm. So yeah, so she basically was giving this herb to a chicken. She had 3 chickens, and she gave it to one of the chickens, and the chicken got sick and died. You know. Then she started giving her herb to her daughter, and then her daughter started getting seizures as well. But she didn't
No.
die. Or
No. You see?
otherwise.
No. That's if your husband is having seizures, your daughter's having seizures, and your chicken died. Those are 3 separate reasons to stop what you're doing. That no. Mm-mm. And the fact that she
It's
can't
crazy.
continue, that's like neglect. Oh, I cannot talk. Negligence. There you go.
Yep. But that's all I have on this story. I mean, there's probably a lot more now, you know, but so far this is all I have.
Well, I pray for, rapid healing. I pray that this man, if he's still in the coma, I pray that he comes out of that coma and he comes out unharmed. I pray for God's will to be done. For this woman to meet Jesus, because how you gonna put spit on things and all this other extra stuff that is just not okay? Your daughter's having a seizure, your husband's having a seizure, your chicken died. There has to be something that clicks into her head and says, okay, what I'm doing is not working. So I pray for wisdom to be bestowed upon her and that she utilizes it the proper way.
Same here.
But before we finish this, amen. Before we finish this episode, I want to do a quick little rundown of different signs of abuse. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, this does also go down under the abuse. It's not physical, but this is something where it's emotional, mental, and just pure controlling if you think about it. But they are different signs. There are other ones. It doesn't always have to be, the person who got hit.
Well, list them out. Do you have any examples for them?
I have some, but I don't want to go deep into it. I'll just go over, I guess, like the subject of it, and then I can provide them with a website at the end if they want to get into like the nitty gritty into it. But there's accusing, blaming, and denial. That's a source of abuse. There's control and shame, which I think basically just describes itself. There's emotion abuse, and then there's emotional neglect and isolation. But again, there's a lot more. You can actually go to the National Domestic Violence website at www.thehotline.org. Again, that's thehotline.org. You can also call the number for this particular hotline. It's open 24 hours and 7 days a week. 1-800-799-7233. And if you like, you can also send a text message to the word START. That's START You can send it to 88788. So when you're gonna go, you're gonna send a text message. The number is gonna be to 88788. You type the word start, and you can work from there. I think I said like 50 times. My bad. But my loves, if there's anything that you get out of this episode, we want you to know that abuse is never your fault. You didn't earn it. You don't deserve it. And you definitely do not have to live with it. Regardless of what the enemy whispers in your ear, you are loved. If you fear immediate physical violence, get to a safe place. And if you can, also call 911 or the local emergency service for help within your area. If you are not in immediate danger and you need help, or you need someone to talk to, maybe to just even get a better understanding if you are in danger or if you are in any kind of abusive relationship, call the number I stated earlier. You can look at the website just to get some more definitions. You can even send a text message. They can put you in touch with service providers and even shelters across the United States if needed. Just remember, you're not alone. Okay, well, that's all that we have for today. Thank you for tuning in.
Stay safe, guys.
Bye.